Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you. Take one loss, no one's around for you. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, yeah. I'm so handsome. All in Carmine's with my Benz, I'm so fancy. No romancing. Got my baby and she right, she make you vanish. No time to play, got book dates. Had a plan, only had to wait. Always knew I'd make a way. Send a bill, they send a pay. Keep it real, keep the record straight. Keep it real, no time to fake. All authentic in my own lane. I am me till I'm in the grave. Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you. Take one loss, no one's around for you. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, ooh, never panic. Get a worry, send it up and then advantage. Yeah, I can't stand it. At all the way you move and see you scrambling. On offense, no defense. Still strong, no weakness. Used to say I wouldn't beat this. Now they wish they could beat this. Tables set, now tables turn. Guys playing, don't say a word. Know the price, cause I know my worth. My time, get what I deserve. Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you. Take one loss, no one's around for you. I won't stop, no, 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 no.
Well, welcome back, everybody. Word of mouth, Monday night. Probably shouldn't be playing T, but I've been laying on a couch all day. Got that epidural this morning. I'm a little sore, kind of stiff, but laying on the couch started hurting just as much. So I figured I'm going to knock out a couple of events mode. You guys get to laugh at how bad I play. Hopefully you get some questions in here. Maybe we get some chat going on here so I'm not so goddamn bored. So I'm going to just knock a couple of these around. So the issue from last night with hole 8 being a par 4 has been fixed, apparently. I'd like to see it real quick. I know there were some people that were none too happy over at the office over this, and I like to see that. It's an interesting event. First, these are good snow holes. He did pick some good holes. The 1 in 18, I get it. He's only got 17 par 3s that are snow covered. Okay, cool. I know one right away that he missed, but it might not be considered snow, but it's not in there. Could have been there too. So a little off on that. I'll go with it though. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt. But yeah, I'm a little stiff. I'm a little bit stiff. We've got the par 3 bag on here now, so we're just gonna knock that out. I did make a post on here about there was an interesting topic going on in the open machine posting for sale area about people, and there's always been a whole bunch of misconceptions about the trackball. I'd love for you guys to read it, because the trackball is actually a really, really accurate piece of equipment for how basic it is. It works really well. If it's maintained, it plays perfectly. There are some other things that go along with it that might have some benefits in the future if we ever get a chance to get those done. Some of them are hopes and dreams, not really going to happen. But it's a good day. It's a good topic to take a read over. It might help you guys with how it's going with your swings and how you're hitting the ball, and maybe not make you too pissed off when you can't do something. All right, so I'm going to just see if I can thumb some shots. .81, that didn't feel like it was going to be too easy. Let's see, putting didn't hurt. That's okay. We're okay. But another big one too, guys, and if you do have a chance to it is the wonderful Jill Muklewicz's birthday today. Yeah, they're broken in nice, they're nice, Adam, but even there, I challenge you to try to hit A1s and C3s at 158. It's like a 1 in 10 proposition. It's just really hard to do. And that's where, watch this is correct. The break-in period on a ball is there, but the break-in period on the ball doesn't stop you from being able to hit it. It doesn't slow down, honestly. there should be no difference in power when you're hitting a brand new trackball compared to an old one. It might take a little bit more if it's brand new right out of the box. The bearings could be cold, things like that. They take a little bit of time to break in. The bigger thing, yeah, see, that's the thing. I'm at 152 to 154 all the time there too, when prior to the fix of the 120 glitch, I would be at 158 every time going straight to C3 or straight to 1. It was, I mean, a 99.9%. The only times I wasn't is when I mishit it. That's not the case anymore, and that's more of it's not anything to do with the trackball. It's that we haven't really figured out how to do it yet with how the swing changed when the 120 glitch was fixed. And I honestly have some better theories with it. I seem to get more consistently 158, but it's still only like 20%. Thank you, Chad. Chad's newer to the channel. He hasn't seen, these are all repeats, man. I gotta go on a binge again too. Oh God. Okay, so my power's gonna be a little short. That felt to me like a 150, an 85, 86. Yeah, but that's the thing, though. I have to change at tournaments, though, because of the people's grease and hands and the balls being played on all day. I make sure that I come way down into the ball so I don't lose any grip on the roller. It's just something I've always done at tournaments, and it really helps, too. It also helps coming down into the ball as I get a little tipsy or tired. That motion, even if I miss it a little bit, yeah, I might hurt my hand a little more doing it, but I know I'm going to get the reading that I want. Oh, water ball. It's kind of a myth, too. Hey, that's awesome, man. Sweet. Chad, you're going to be happy, too, because you're going to get the same hardware in there as the PGA machines. So after talking with... somebody posted online to their new HG machine with their hardware, and I remember Brad Lutz and I looking at it. It's harder to do now, but if you ask Russ Layton, I had the Marcade. It doesn't happen nearly as much anymore, Robert. Now, and this goes into the stuff I was talking about with the grounding. They knew it was an issue, and they tried these clips that they put on there for a bit. Well, the clips made the housing come apart a little bit because they weren't like flushed down in with like a little bit of a molded groove into it. So it totally detracted from the stability of the actual casing. And Russ sent me up 6 trackballs to the Marcade back in Minnesota, and within a day I shattered the casings on 5 of them. Like, I mean, straight through. I'll do it every now and then. That's typically a big old drunk mouth move, but it's hard to do now. If the trackball's installed correctly, not over tightened, having no gaps in the casing, that thing's pretty goddamn solid. Hey, Brandon, how you doing, sir? Civ, for me, I only buy new trackballs when I run out of parts to rebuild old ones. Like right now, if you look, I have in this box right here, there is roughly 25 trackballs here. They just don't have any trackballs on them. And I can rebuild those constantly. Now, the only problem I run into is really when stuff I've gotten is totally rusty. It's like rusty. That's the only time it's a problem. Otherwise, I'll make them better. If you look, too, I take... So I took all the bearings out of there that were rusty, or that were not rusty and still could spin. And I degreased them, cleaned them, sprayed some with, used some with my speed lube and some with a silicone spray. The speed lube ones, I like to do it when it's hotter in my house because that oil seems to get, the viscosity gets a little better as it gets hotter. But if it's cold, I like to have the silicone spray on those bearings because they just are smooth. The only difference is the silicone spray, I need to redo it every couple months with it. But man, I should save everything. I think in my lifetime I've only bought about 15 trackballs, ever. And that's me replacing the ones at my bar too. Like I told my vendor, I was like, don't touch the trackballs. I'll take them out and put new ones in there. It'll always be good. If somebody has a problem, message me. I'll run over there and take care of it. And it's one less thing for them. Ed Lover, how you doing, sir? Now, is that Ed Lover from Chicago? That was friends with Austin? If so, that would be a long time no talk, my man. All right, we got some points. Civ, take it if you get a chance. Take it out. Send a picture to me of the rollers, because I'm telling you right now, you almost never need new rollers. I'm talking 10,000, 15,000 games is when I'd start think about that I would need new rollers completely. Now, one thing that I do a lot of, especially when I get a new trackball, as that groove starts forming, I will switch the X and the Y, the one that's left and right, and the one that's north and south. I'll switch those two. Yeah, it sucks for a couple of games, but then I get a groove that's even a little bit bigger or different than it was before, and it seems to make the balls last even longer. Okay. Oh, okay, got it. Is that okay? Gotcha. Sometimes it's hard to keep track of everybody's YouTube name, so I apologize if I should know better. This is kind of weird, man. It honestly, after getting this that epidural done, I feel like I have a baseball growing on my back right now. And it's not too bad, but laying down, I started not being able to, it was getting uncomfortable doing it. And you can only play so much PlayStation in a day. Unless Michael Kaufman gets back, and then we play Diablo for 24 hours straight. But that wasn't happening. Well, Corey, all I ask is that everybody here finds Jill Muklewicz on Facebook and sends her a message and wishes her a happy birthday. She didn't get to do much today because she had to sit at the doctor with me while he's getting the shot. Adam, I can happily go through it. I was planning on. It's actually kind of good that they messed up and made the old tee boxes instead of mixed. Chad, it's always a Taylor Swift kind of night. Okay, I thought this was fixed. So, son of a... what happened here? All right, let's see how I can hammer a ball. We're going to try to get it up. I will say a difference I had today is speaking with someone at IT. He was pissed about this just little thing, right? And said it's totally unacceptable and we got to get this right. It was a little different because before there was always some kind, but no, dude, he was mad and did not like seeing this and did not like having to deal with it when he's on holiday. So that represents a slight change for me, and that feels good. But man, that was frustrating last night just seeing this. I really want my game to stay and grow and get bigger, and little shit like this is just enough to fucking decrease consumer confidence in a product that it might not do that. And I think we all agree, well, it would be funny if it was one time, one-offs, great, everybody makes mistakes. It's just the question is that now we're in the position where we're expecting something to be wrong rather than knowing it's going to be right. Just to let you know, Adam, it will be a more of a talking through this rather than playing it well, because like I said, I'm not real comfortable quite yet. But we'll get you accepted here. We're going to get all these accepted. Oh, Josh sent some too. So we got a lot. Now, right when we get this, right when the mixed tee boxes get released, I know we're not going to have a lot of time before 2022 comes out. So I'm going to try to get you guys walkthroughs done with the Telestrator, with the mixed tee boxes. Probably get a couple per each course and patch them together. That's going to be on Richard. It's a lot of work for him. It's not much for me playing 3 or 4 games on a course. I can do that, no problem. Richard has to do a lot of rendering, a lot of editing. He gets funny too, and sometimes dives deeper than he has to make it the best viewing experience for you guys. So we're going to try to make that as quick as possible, but definitely I really want to get 2022 walkthroughs done if I can before you guys even get to see them, and then we'll release them when the courses come out or maybe the day prior. Maybe even get IT to release them through their channel. Hasn't been set yet, but it would be nice. We can get some pretty quality videos there. And then we would do a full screen, not necessarily with me on it. You'll hear my voice, or maybe not. Maybe we do it with no voice. But it helps. It makes it easier for me to telestrate if I use the full screen. There are some goofy things with the Telestrator. I just accepted everything. It might take a minute here. There are some goofy things with the Telestrator right now, which is why I don't put it up all the time. And you guys already see I can get very verbose anyway. With the Telestrator, I might just slow things down too much. All right, you didn't miss that. Oh, shut it, Josh. Stop bragging, brother. Little do you know. Civ, I gotta think it's gonna happen very soon, but it up in the air. Up in the air. It's gotta be pretty quick. I don't think they want to release it out before they start sending the main PGAs out and then have to send an update right away, or have them go bandwidth all on a whole bunch of machines, since the new machines are all going to be Wi-Fi only. Well, we don't need to fly Kevin out at all, man. Kevin, it's a short drive, man. I'm 3.5 hours from Chicago. Yeah, I did win. Robert, I think with maybe 5 minutes left, I was one better. I aced 17. What was that? 17 on Tundra. And then I laid up on 18 because the pin was in a nasty spot. So I ended up popping a 2 better. So I definitely got it. Yeah, and I think we'll start, guys. I think we're going to get a lot more information right when these guys come back from break. IT is a hell of a place to work for. They do take really good care of their employees, sometimes too good, but they do have some really good time off during this time. Oh, see, that's weak thumbs. I want 85s, and I'm just not there yet. But we're going to jump right into that Forest invite and see. Yeah, I canned this one last night on 17. That's not there. I whiffed that ball. Oh, it's there. Stop. Woo. I've seen the one show, Chad. I've seen it 3 times now, and I would see it again in a heartbeat. My personal favorite is Love. A lot of people will say that O is incredible, and O was my least favorite one altogether. I want to see Zumanji this next time. But if you like Michael Jackson music, it is absolutely fantastic. Yeah, like I saw me watches, I believe Paige and another, I can't remember who else was with me, but we saw O, and I mean, watches and I like to do it very well. Good one, Brandon. Yeah, it's a great. Dude. All right, and what also made that thing for me is I went with the wife, right? It was our first Cirque du Soleil show, so obviously we had high expectations of it. But afterwards, there's the love bar, and I'm gonna forget which hotel it was. Yeah, Tyrell, and I blew it on that one too. I missed that putt, an easy putt, and I laid up on a hole that I could have gotten. So it was kind of nasty, I gotta say. I don't know that one either. But if the best part about Love was after the show, we went to the Love bar in the casino, and we were having drinks. Well, all the performers, and I mean, I was dancing, I was drunk. Dude, I had to sit down because they all got on the dance floor, all the performers from the show. Holy shit, those fuckers can dance, dude. I could only imagine what the Michael Jackson ones could do. But I had to see it. I had to see it the second time when Jeremiah made Worlds, because he's a big Michael Jackson fan, and I thought it only right for him to get to experience that when we were out there. Yeah, this hole sucks to be in there twice. It's a good one though. It's a good hole. But that's going to be a tough ace. All right, let's go to an invite. I'm not going to stay on very long, though, because I probably shouldn't be playing. I should be relaxing and sitting down, but I was getting too goddamn bored. Is the Mirage the same place that has Love? Love is at Mirage, right? I'm almost positive, but I don't remember. Oh, no, we're not doing that. I think the Love bar is in the Mirage. It's the same place where Love is done as Cirque du Soleil. No, not Toby Keith. Not Love This Bar. I love this bar. No, nope. All right, what do we got? Let's find that forest. I don't know if this was yours, but we're going to play it. And I've been assured that this will be changing. Seeing the worldwide records as a daily score has pissed me off for years, and Adam agrees, and he said this will be changing for 2022. Now, could I go back and honestly, if it's mixed tees for this course, the 9.5 driver will be in my bag. Old tees, I'm going back to the 8.5 driver only. The main reason is hole 18 for the change. Look, the 8.5 driver is almost not playable at on hole 18 on the new tees. But on the old tees, the 8.5 driver, you can pound it through a little bit more wind in your face to get over to the second half. So, and there's not really another hole that it makes a difference on. In fact, it actually would probably help on another hole or two. Miss Deer was okay. O was terrible. Ka is good. MJ is fantastic. And Love is my favorite. Yeah. I mean, I was laughing and I was making fun of Adam. That's the other one. Yes, it can. Okay, good. I was laughing at Adam like, do you guys even bother testing these things before you release them? Well, and they did. The problem was their testing environment was able to do things that the normal machines weren't, that they overlooked, and hopefully that doesn't happen in the future. And hopefully he takes my advice and uses me to send me stuff ahead of time. We can easily, I've got enough hard drives that I can easily download a new patch or have a second hard drive ready to switch in at all times. So it would be a little work for me, but I could easily catch all of these things before it happens. I think we all agree we'd rather be playing the new boxes than the old one. Well, Steph, you're obviously Brandon needs to be watching the stream. If you're going to have your husband or boyfriend be playing Golden Tee, you want him to get better at it so it starts making you a couple bucks rather than costing you money. I mean, it's just simple math. So if you want more things in life, then he needs to watch the stream. It's that simple stuff. I hope that does enough for you, sir. Jason, I was fucking bored, dude. It's not often that I get bored of playing PlayStation, but man, sitting down on the couch and laying down was just a little bit off. So this actually, Notice I'm not going real aggressive at it. I'm talking way more than I should be. Always, when you approach this hole, no matter what, if you're going for that middle island, it is a bite shot. Do not hit backspin. It's one of the easiest theories that people overlook. They think backspin, that'll stop faster. Incorrect. If you're going down a downslope, the ball hops with backspin, and it never takes the friction into play of the surface that you're on. Meaning with bite, the ball will hop, but it'll only hop once or twice, and then it's rolling down the hill. Well, that roll down the hill actually causes more resistance than the spin that backspin gives you. Hopefully that makes sense to you guys, but it's imperative. Bite shots will stop faster than a backspin shot going down a hill. In fact, release probably stops just as fast as bite does, depending on conditions. If I'm with an outwind, no, that's not true. If I'm in an inwind, it's going to be real similar. It's just a matter of the ball getting down on the ground as fast as possible. It's why the same reason why you hear us say backspinning chips is probably not your best play, because the ball can, one, hop over the hole on a chip because of backspin. Two, it will increase the break and change the break completely. And then three, it actually goes, it will stop slower on a downhill chip than it will if you use release or bite. Even roll will stop faster than backspin in a lot of scenarios. Okay, this is probably one of my least favorite shots in Golden Tee. I messed this one up a lot, but the theory here, I like low 10.5. That wind is left to right here, so I barely want to cut this at all to fight back toward the pin. Barely at all. It doesn't need to be hardly anything. So just a little bit of cut, and then throw it out. Now, I didn't hit it hard enough, but you get the point. That was almost a straight pullback and throw it all out. So, and the thing about a straight pullback and throwing it out, if you pull back dead straight and throw it out directionally, it will come back to center. Now, with a straight pullback and throwing it out directionally, with no wind and a level shot, it won't get all the way back to center, right? Can it? Yes, it can if you hit green and let the spin move it back for you too, but it won't get all the way back to center. It'll be just off center. And when you start figuring out that relationship on how much wind you need to get it back to dead center, you can then start going, all right, oh, that 9 wind, I can pull this back straight, throw it to 1, and that will get back to center with this shot. And then you just start adjusting. If it's less wind or wind the other direction, I got to cut a little bit more. That's it. Now, is it harder to do with stouts? Yeah, the cut shots are harder with stouts because you don't have the wind helping you or cutting into winds because it's half winds. Oh, shut it. That's bullshit, Adam. Bullshit. You can't be getting me to play a course that start canning shots on me when I'm in a little bit of pain, man. You got to miss a whole bunch of shit. All right, a great way to judge how you're going to play this hole. Now, old tee boxes totally different, right? Because old tee boxes, you almost always went right to left on this. When it's the new tee boxes, if you can see the top of the last tree, you are going right to left. Doesn't matter. If you cannot see the top of the tree, you're going to be able to move it left and play a cut shot under the trees. It's that simple on this hole. One of my things is dumbing Golden Tee down to make it as simple and as repeatable as possible. That is the way I do it. Now, you might have the one-off scenario. If I wasn't playing stouts, would that be the same? Probably not. And remember, too, if you're going with 6 wood or higher, backspin's your friend because you'll get that little bit of extra height to go over. Yeah. Yeah, I'm a little off kilter. All right. Now, I want to move this all the way left, but the problem with this is a 5-win cross, moving it to the tee box with the 6-wood, will move it more than moving the box does. So now, if I put it here, I now have to play 1 degree to the left to fight this, and that's actually harder to do than to fight the full 5 directionally. And you can get familiar with fighting the 10 from where it is, and the tee boxes can be different variables going wideness on it. So you might not be able to be consistent with it. So if you're using stouts to an advantage, and I don't do this all the time either, I always think I'm going to move it directionally. But a lot of the times I don't realize that it's going to play too far until I move it and set the tee, and then I got to fight through it. But Golden Tee's easier to fight a 10 wind or a 5 wind than it is to fight a 1 degree thumb shot. Much easier. And in fact, some people, your Stenmarks of the world, will tell you that you cannot fight a 1 mile per hour wind with thumbing the ball. You have to have a pullback and cut into that wind. And in a lot of cases, he's right. Obviously, different green bounces are going to change that. But if you're 150 yards away and you have a 1 degree wind going left to right, you cannot make that with a thumb shot on a flat shot. Because you push it 1 degree, 5-iron's going to be too far left of the hole. If you hit it straight, it's too far right of the hole. You have to play a cut shot in order for that to go in. Obviously, some variables can change on that, but that's a good rule of thumb to have. Accuracy is not good right now. Now, personally, I like trying to do this shot with no high tee when I can. And here's a good chance to do it. But if I miss this a little bit, it's not good. The high tee is always going to be safer. Huh. With a little bit of cut, I still didn't get that thing to turn. Hey, I agree. I'll tell you this. I'm sore. We'll leave it at that. I'm sore. It doesn't feel the best, but I can manage. It's just the same as if I was sitting upstairs, so I'm okay. Oh, hey, Chris, you're telling me I went through... In Nashville, I think I had, in all of my matches, I think I totaled out at about 60,000 points. A lot of that changes, though. It really changes because I got into matches where my opponent made a mistake early and was down 1 or 2. So I'm not going at holes. I'm putting the ball in the middle of the green for 30-foot putts. If there's a hole I can attack, I will, but I'm not caring about how close I am. Because once you get down to it, a 30-foot putt is the same thing as a 5-foot putt. You shouldn't miss it. I mean, it's that easy to putt through those breaks. All right, this one isn't going to be a very good drivable setup. We're going to go from here. Ooh. Okay, Gal Gadot is insanely hot. She has got to be the fuck. Absolutely that. Which Catwoman are we doing? Is it Halle Berry Catwoman or who is somebody else played one, right? Some nerdy chick, right? Oh, she played. Was it Meg Ryan? No, not Meg Ryan. Melanie Griffith? No, it's somebody like that, right? I still got it, and I'm not. Scarlett Johansson doesn't do it for me, but she's kind of funny and I like her, so I'll marry her and then we'll kill Catwoman in general. The play here is not to try to get to the green. It's to hit this high tee, 8.5, full C, Michelle Pfeiffer, there you go. Full C, 2.5. I want it to hit right in the gully at the turn because it will cause that ball to bounce left. It's got to be fairway, though. If I hit the rough there, it'll bounce too far left. Chances of me putting this on are not great, but it could get close. And I was a little higher up than I wanted, but you see that. If I got that a little bit more inside, that's on the green. Uh-oh. All right, guys, it's Jill's birthday. Let's see what she says. Jill, you are on speakerphone with word of mouth.
Hello?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. You are on speakerphone, though, with the word of mouth.
Wait, take me on speakerphone, please.
Okay. What's wrong? What? Hang on a second. Why are you using a pen with gas? What? No, you said is it asking for the pin or the zip code, Joe? Okay, so it is 958. Okay, let me know. Bye. The wife lost her cards, and she has mine, and she's putting an incorrect pin in. Now I bet I got locked out. I bet it locked her out. Oh my God! I thought I put a 5-iron on for that. Whoops. Whoops. True, Brandon. But the point being is, you should get to that point where you're gonna find that. All right. High T5 wood carries 300. We have not much outwind. We have a little bit. It's a high T5 wood for this shot. Now, do we go from here and fight into the wind? I think we can, because now we're going to just have to push it a little bit right. So we're just going to hit it solid. Easy once you know your distances on shots like that, guys. You can just hit that shot and have no thought that it's ever going to be too long. All right. I was from 96 to 2000. So, we got the tiered green here, right? If I try to put this up top, I have a risk of it hitting up top, going long, coming down, and then when it comes down that tier, it can trickle all the way to the bottom tier. That makes it hard. What we can do here, though, is play this to try to roll it up the tier. I'm going to low T this. I'm going to release it. Now, here's the joy. If I don't make it up to the top, it'll come back down, most likely stop on the middle tier, and the middle tier is an easy putt. The only problem there is if I would have hit that to hit the hill, and it hits the hill on a fly, it could do some funny bounces. This is where the 10.5, the 9.5 is a little bit disadvantageous on this hole, because here I got an 8.5. I'm across this with a high T, no problem. If you cannot get across, you can leave the ball here. You have a slight cut in, typically driver 3 wood. There is another spot over here, and I despise this because it's kind of bullshit. All this surfaces is all the same, but you have about a 30-yard semicircle from the edge of the water out to the bush that my marker's at. That is actually called like field grass or grass, and it's fairway. It doesn't show you any difference on the screen, but it is a different surface. It pisses me off. I wish that wasn't true, but it is a different surface. Think of it like the cliff or path on Hidden Temple. You just have to know what is what. But if you have the choice, you're going dead straight and hammering those. You basically get a shot like you would have on 18 of the new boxes, but with nothing in your way. And I'm terrible. That's not straight. Oh well. We're going to give our man some money. Yep. That was a really easy shot to thumb, but the thumbs just didn't feel like they'd be working right now. All right, we're not playing any more invites right now, unless somebody's got something they want to see. Call it out if you got some. Oh, wait, we still haven't gotten paid for the last event, have we? It's 5:45 and we don't have payment for the last event? Wait, oh, you hit the hill on a fly? Yeah. All right, so if you guys don't know this about me, I have a very, very solid man crush on Robert Downey Jr. That will be my guy. That's going to be my guy. After that, can you ramp hole 8 on events? I wouldn't be able to because I'm playing my par 3 bag. And my par 3 bag has a 10.5. 10.5 isn't going to be doing any ramping. There's only one hole that 10.5 ever ramps on, and that's on Pine Meadow. And it's still like not a good hole to ramp. Thor's probably my least favorite of the 3. Yeah, so I'd probably marry Iron Man, fuck Captain America, and kill Thor. We only need one god in my household. And just to be clear, ramping with stouts isn't really that easy to do. I'd have to think there is a ramp in there somewhere, though. It would make sense based off the design of the hole. Ah. And is it Pine Meadow or Mystic? No, Pine Meadows. I was right. Pine Meadow is the par 4 that's drivable on hole 1, right? But that's a weird one because the 8.5 will not ramp, but the 10.5 will. All right, I thought it was... How many games in is it fixed for, though? All right, I don't have the right bag. Let's try it. I would honestly kill them all. Not one of those players do I like. If I had to choose one, Anthony Rizzo is the only one who I like. I personally don't think that any of them are as good as they're going to get paid, but based off of how salaries are in the MLB, they're going to get paid what they're worth. Except, I don't think they're really worth that much. And I know Cubs fans were pissed that they let them go and traded them away. It was the smartest thing to do because they're none of them are going to outplay a contract that they get. Well, hey, we got one. And Baez is possibly one of the worst. He's such a terrible hitter. Oh, wow, I murder bonered that. All right, guys, I know we've only been streaming for a short amount of time, but I definitely want to quit before the wife gets home because she will yell at me for playing. And I kind of feel like it's a night to eat some burgers and binge watch Dexter if that's what she wants to do. How do I want to do this? Yeah, I'm not a Correa fan too. I think the guys that are your guy that's viable there, Altuve is the only guy that I think is a no-brainer keeper all the time for them. Although I think he's probably the biggest cheat in that organization. You can't really give you guys levels of cheating because they all are cheaters because they all let it happen. Hey, we got a two-better going. All right. We got to be careful with this because this is one that could easily float the screen. Whew. Did you guys just re-sign Verlander too? Did I see? That's kind of impressive. That could actually be a big move. I honestly thought when he left Detroit he was done, and he surprised me over and over again. And I might be wrong with this, but I think my favorite thing about him is that is he still with Kate Upton? That's his best trait. Oh, God. Okay, so that's ugly. With an 18-mile-per-hour wind, this hole's going to suck sometimes. Luckily, I've got the 9-wood in my bag. Even more important than having a... This is actually good that I have the wrong bag here. It's like I used to like Aaron Rodgers with because of... what's her name? Fucking chick from... She played in Newsroom. Oh, that would have been a nice finish. Well, we'll take our first two better. That's not bad. Two betters on this are going to probably ride. All right, we're going to play one more here. I'll probably have to kill off about 6. Olivia Munn. God, Craig, thank you. That's good. There's something about her that's always gotten me, too. Her and the other Olivia Wilde gets me, too. And they go right along with the Gal Gadot thing, too. All right. Now, normally, when you got the club distance at the hole, with almost every other club, you would not be thinking of rolling this. Release, maybe? Roll on the 6-wood will be good here. That's 91, and I barely got to the pin. So, if I hit 91 with another club that's lined up at the pin, that lands pin high or past. 6-wood is shorter than the distance that it shows. You guys all should know that by now. So, play it, and use it to your advantage. Shit. That's not good. Yeah, look at that. 92, and I went over the distance that it showed. So, obviously, it's a little different per club, but not too different. Most clubs go in groups. You have your 3, 4, and 5, your 3, 4, and 5 wood. That group is pretty similar characteristics. You have your 7, 8, and 9. Very similar characteristics. Little different now after the changes, but they have very similar characteristics. In fact, they're almost identical clubs. Your 3-iron, 4-iron, and 5-iron, you could probably say 2, 3, and 4, but the 5-iron kind of reacts similarly, and this is based off of thumb shots. I know that my thumbs on those clubs are going to go shorter than the distance that the overhead marker shows. The 7, 8, or 6, 7, 8, 9, those are all pretty true. Like, I judge my distance almost right at the line with a thumb shot. My standard thumb shot being 85. This one's going to be a little short, but it is downhill. And I'm going to bite it just because I want it to to get the downhill 10 and fight through the 2. Let's see if we can get it. But notice that's downhill and an 87 with with just a crosswind, and that landed short of the overhead. So it did ring true even with the downhill on that still. Now, all technicalities, I should be able to thumb this and land this on the green with backspin and not go wet. I'm thinking it's the right shot. Oh, I shouldn't have hit the rock wall. I caught fringe there. I sprayed it a little bit. Oh, God. Yeah, Matt, what's going on? Yeah, Gavin. He did. So, do I have a line at this? Not really. So I need to plop this down right by the hole. If we go through my theory, the 9-wood actually carries a lot longer than the distance it shows. We're going downhill, so we got a 4 wind. Let's pretend it's like a 7. I'm going to bite spin the low tee. Matt, my guess would be hard. Not even video card. Well, I'd have to see what you're running in there, what video card you're running. I used to go video card on all this, but typically I'm finding that it's going to be a hard drive problem most of the time on it with lagging video. And that would make sense by what we just saw there, because it stopped on 2021 with fresh files, right? So I'm thinking, and it could just be what we see. I get some freezes too. Now you guys don't see it here because the HDMI output's perfect. The output going there, the output going to my monitor though, I see it sometimes. And I bet you guys never see a lag on the stream when I'm hitting the ball. But it's video card or hard drive. It's really those two things. Ah! We just laser beam that ball in the hole. That's all we do there. All right, we're going to play this a little different than I normally would. I normally like to backspin this one, but let's low tee it and release it and see if we can... No, I didn't throw it right at all. That would have been pretty good speed-wise. Matt, if you remember that I showed you the screens to show you, you probably sent it to me before. Send me a message with what I have. Just shoot me a message with the picture of the operator menu and what hardware you're running. See, that to me tells me that's, well, that tells me it could be a caching issue too. Memory sims. Luckily, the only thing expensive to replace in there is going to be your video card. So I would honestly go through getting... I mean, talk to Adam Fitzgerald, buy an SSD from him. He's got a bunch of them cloned, or I don't know if he has them still, but he has SSDs. It's just a simple plug and replace. You're gonna lose your record scores and stuff. That shouldn't, if that's a deal breaker, you're really kind of shit out of luck. You don't really have a way to do it. Yeah, I'm sure you could find the file to copy and replace it. It's just too much work, and I don't know if it's multiple files. I bet Richard King would know what file it is. He's the type that would nerd out finding that stuff. I frankly don't really care, so I wouldn't bother checking through it enough. Lucy, come here. I got you. So yeah, get a pick from the operator menu. I'll actually pull up the menu so you see it's troubleshooting shortcuts, hardware, software tests, it's something like that. I should remember that because it's a common question I ask. So maybe this time I'll actually remember the button combo so I can actually relay it to you guys without having to show. See, this sucks. With any other club but the 6-wood, this is a thumb shot. Watch how short. This is going to be short if I thumb it. And I manned up on that, 98. And look at how short that was. That tells me that this is not a 235-yard club to start. I don't think there's any way I'd make that with that shot because that bite, hitting it soft, it's never going to snap back. Another one that sucks. 4-iron so low coming in here. I have a chance of hitting the hill first and then bouncing the whole green. This I don't want to have to, but this is the way I'm going to have to make it with a pullback on this. And it's not a full hammer, so it's kind of a touch shot. Your best shot at holing out stuff is pretty much always going to be a thumb shot. All right, so let's use the 6-wood being short to our advantage. I didn't want to have to overhit. The 9-wood would have been great if it was a thumb shot. When you don't thumb that club, you can have a varied outcome of distances with it. Oh my. Brandon, it is feel, and it's also feel. Okay, so if you read the post that I just made about the trackballs and things that could improve the trackball in general, the ball is not symmetrical, right? The way it's lined up, and it's not an IT issue. It's not a design issue. It's just how it's always been and how games have been designed to use the trackballs. The trackball lines up straight forward. But it's a design issue too. So, and let's say I don't have the image ready for it, and I'm not going to dig through it. But if you look at the inside of the trackball and how it lays out on your machine, there is a roller from the 1 to the A roller from the 1 to the 3, and a roller from choose club to B. What that should immediately tell you is that hitting right is going to be slightly different than hitting to the left because you're making direct contact with the x-axis decision maker when you go to the left. So those will be more fine-tuned, right? It's why you hear people that thumb putt going to the right and palm putt going to the left or vice versa. I don't do it. I just got a feel for it now. But you do have to recognize that if you have a right 6 from 20 feet and you aim to 1 point going to the left, it is not exactly flipped over to the right that you're going to aim to the same spot on the opposite side. You just have to get used to it and get used to the feel of it and come up with a technique, especially putting to the right, where you're keeping pressure on the ball and hitting almost downward into it so that the ball stays down and doesn't shoot off this roller that defines your right and left. It's a hard thing for a lot of people to accomplish, or you keep your same putting stroke and realize that I have to aim farther right when I'm aiming on a left 6 putt than I do aiming to the left on a right 6 putt. It'll come with time, Brandon. It's really a time thing. I mean, it's really a time thing. The more you do it, the more you'll get comfortable with it. Like, I'm a really good thumber, and I can't thumb putt to save my life. All right. This is great. This 9 wood, if I thumb this normal speed, this is long. I'm almost thinking low T 9 wood here. And in fact, let's do it. Because now I can get it to bite and not have to backspin it. I got to turn it around, but hey, shit, we'll take two betters. All right, I'm going to give it one more game. I'm starting to get a little sore, and I'm already getting yelled at by the wife for playing right now. She's right. The doctor said the nurse said to, the doctor didn't seem to have any problem with it. The nurse said that they don't want me moving around a lot the first day or so. But I actually feel pretty darn good. Let's just get this 5th game in here. Hey! I just got paid for the event. But now I gotta look, because that doesn't look like I got the full Monty on it. Oh, thanks, Amy. Thank you, Amy. We love you. I appreciate that. That's all I wanted to know right now. Valor Tech. That's what I'm looking for. Thank you. I don't know what we would do without you. Oof. All right, I made sure not to hit the rock wall that time. Mark, it went well. Yeah, I've been laying around all day though, and I started to get real stiff and kind of sore from just sitting around. I needed to do something, man. I needed to get off my ass. So it did go pretty well. God, I gotta say, the VA outsources. They don't have a pain clinic there anymore, so they sent me off to Mercy Hospital here. God, I'm about to just bite the bullet and spend more money. I mean, I have private insurance. I don't need to use the VA. It was such a different experience, man. I will say I'm confident, though, with the neurosurgeon from the VA, because this neurosurgeon totally agreed. Everything that she said, he was right on board with. So that alleviates that. I'm just hoping they outsource the back surgery afterwards to there too. But I mean, I got there, they were so happy that I was there 15 minutes early, and like they were like clockwork. And it's weird because anybody that was in the military knows that 5 minutes early is 10 minutes late. So you're 15 minutes early to everything. I like to be. It doesn't always happen because my decision-making skills aren't perfect, but and Lucy's upstairs whining. I think she's got to go out or she's got to eat, one of the two. This sucks. So now I would be looking at this like this shot is way too long, but it's the 6 wood, guys. Low T, this 6 wood, this might be short. I did only hit at 78, but I gave it the chance to back up and go in. I'm fully expecting that this will help me recover. I think this will get me through to Worlds, the shot. All signs point to it will, since prednisone works for me pretty gosh darn well. That's basically prednisone shot right into the area. Now, I was told that is fixed. Has anyone played far enough ahead that is fixed? Yeah, you're right. You're right. We starved them, Gavin. You know that. You being here, those dogs eat like goddamn kings. Come to think of it, we need you and Richard back here again. We need to have a word-of-mouth Christmas party. Look at how short that is. Normally you're 30 yards long on a club. You're not backing it up enough. Gotta learn those distances with those clubs. That's the key to these par threes. I would say we need Marty too, but we need Marty after you guys are here so we can fix it. So he can be here to fix things that we break. All right, we're going to try this a little different. We're going to go with low T5 here and just flip it. Lucy, come here. Come here, girl. Come on, the world needs you. Another one, thumb shot. This 4-iron is a little short, so I kind of expect this is going to hit the hill short, kick up, but since it's an upslope, it's not going to bounce as far forward, so that still should have enough backspin to go in. And nope, just a little bit too much. Fringe was the worst thing that could have happened there. If that hit green on a fly, that's okay. Hitting short, even better. Fringe, no chance of it dropping. All right, we're going to play a little risk here. Now, you know what? Let's just get our clean round or our 5th round in. I was going to thumb that with bite. It would have been hot if it didn't hit the hole, but it would have trickled down and stopped in the snow right behind it. The chip up would have been a little tough to make, but it would have been makeable. Wow, that wind played a bunch. We got some pretty stiff winds on this event. That's kind of good for a par 3. It makes it challenging. Do I lightly fluff or nut the 6? Or do I hit this solid with bite? We're going to fluff or nut the 6. Even that's short, though. Crazy, right? It's a 6-12 outwind, and that was short. It's just so funny how off the 6-wood number is. If I was looking at that club, I would probably call it a 230-yard club and not a 235-yard club, maybe even a 225 club. The only issue with that is that you can man up into it. It's really only thumb shots that get that real lack of distance on it. And thumb shots are the same as no pullback shots. So if you don't thumb, you still will see that same experience with a no pullback shot. All right, I think we're good. We got our games in. We'll see where we stand on the leaderboard. What am I, 5 better right now? Maybe. Let's see what we got. Yeah, that should jump me into the top spot for now. We'll see where it goes. But I'm going to come back live on Wednesday for sure. I feel like I'll be pretty good by then. This wasn't too bad. It was a nice test. But I definitely don't want to overdo it. So we'll see you guys Wednesday. Thanks for stopping in. I know it was a little spur-of-the-moment thing, but I was bored and I needed some company. So we will see you guys Wednesday night at 8. Otherwise, stay tuned. Please, too, we also I've got another raffle going for a PS5, $20 a ticket. I'll throw the link in here right now with the numbers that are left. No, that's not it. If you guys want to get in, really easy. Once it fills, drawing it, shipping it out. I try to get it out the day after. I know it's past Christmas, but I'm sure there's some kid out there that might want one of these, and they've been hard to get. Here's the link to the numbers available, and PayPal is this. And Venmo is this. If you guys do want a ticket or 2 or 3 or 4, send the Venmo or PayPal. Look at the list. Pick what numbers you want. Put it in the comments on the PayPal and send it friends and family, please. Otherwise, have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you guys Wednesday.